Greetings, YouTube. This is the start of the 4,000 question challenge. Number one, where did you grow up? For the most part, I grew up in the city of Manchester, New Hampshire. I came here when I was 5. Yeah, my sister was born shortly thereafter. I was 5 and a half when she was born, but I came here when I was 5. Where did you go to school? I went to, let's see, I went to kindergarten, Webster School. I went to St. Catherine's School. I went back to Webster School. I went to Hillside Junior High School and Central High School. Did you have a special place where you could be alone as a child? Well, mostly in here. I also spent a great deal of time outdoors. As a kid, I crawled through the woods near my home, which were right near my home. I live right behind the first place I lived in the city, and then across the street from where I lived shortly thereafter. We actually moved across the street after my sister was born because it was more convenient because it had more space. And there were woods up there, which are now pretty much, sorry, I'm tired. My face itches when I'm tired. They're just, that area's been taken over by like baseball fields and soccer fields and things like that now. But there used to be woods up there, and I spent a lot of time up there. They were my backyard. I always felt more comfortable outdoors than I did inside. How did you rebel as a child? Not at all until I was 14 after my father left. And then I began to express myself in rather negative ways because I was not a functionally healthy person. I was suffering from mental illness, anxiety, depression, and PTSD, and I was not dealing with these things. I was suicidal. So yeah, it was. Yes, I did rebel, and it was leaving the house and not coming back for sometimes hours at a time. It was not telling my mother where I was going or who I was with. It was not healthy, and I was a bit of a jerk for the most part when I was that age. But it just was not a healthy place to be. What did you hide from your parents? My anger, my anxiety, depression, and PTSD, my budding sexuality when I was, 14, petty theft, alcohol use. So, stuff. Are you the same person you were as a child, or much different? Well, I'm much different. That laid the foundation for who I am, but I'm far mentally healthier, and I deal with my emotions at all now. Didn't really deal with them as a child. And while I still have anger issues, I'm capable of expressing more than the emotion of anger. Talk about a time when you got into trouble at school. I really wasn't a troubled kid at school because, again, having been raised in an abusive household, being rebellious for the most part to an authority figure was really hard for me. I was able to rebel against my mother because, for the most part, I didn't see her as an authority figure. For the first 14 years of my life, she had simply been a fellow prisoner. So I didn't think of her as an authority figure. Frankly, I still don't. So I didn't really get into trouble. I was really good at hiding things. I learned to lie at the foot of a master. I mean, an abusive alcoholic. They lie to everybody. Mostly themselves. So I'm really good at lying. I just don't want to do it. So, yeah, there you go. So, I didn't really get in trouble. I don't remember really getting in trouble. The closest I ever came was being at a band practice once drunk, but the band leader himself was drunk, so he didn't really call me on it. Did you consider your childhood a happy one? Fuck no! What is your saddest memory? Wow. That's a toughie. My saddest memory. The death of my mother's mother, maybe? The death of her brother? Those were the first deaths in my life the first time people who I really deeply cared for disappeared. Yeah, probably George's death. That was a rough one. That was hard. What were your first words, and who told you what they were? I don't know. I don't remember, of course. And I don't remember if my parents have ever told me. So I can't answer that one. You know, sometimes you're not going to have answers, I guess, and this is one of them. So, this has been number 1 in my 4,000 question challenge, and I hope you found it entertaining, and I hope you stick around for the rest of the questions that still have 3,990 to go.